So here we are tackling Blossom, the first of the Powerpuff Girls, and we're looking at tracing. So here we go with tracing, and I would start with her eyes. Notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of her eyes, 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what's going to trip you up. So let's look at this. 1, 2. Do you see how they come closer to the edge in the middle? 3, all overlapping on the internal side of the circle, but not on the outside. And then 4, all the way out. So that's the whites of her eyes. That final circle defines them. Here we go again. The little white dot in her eye, so that's the reflection of the light off her eyeball. This is her iris, or actually her pupil, which is so huge. Then we've got the iris, which is the pink bit. And finally going right to the outside, the white of her eye. So 4 concentric-ish circles for her eyes. So those are now symmetrical and they sit exactly opposite each other and on a line. Then do the outside oval stroke circle for her face. See how it touches the sides of the eyeballs. So it almost obscures the edge of the eyeballs. Get that big oval in place. Okay, now you've got great anchor points. Then go in and do this upside down V, because it's very symmetrical, splits her face in two. Then this side going across, up, out, across. And on the other side the same, across, up, out, across. You can put it in her mouth at this point, little symmetrical capital U almost. And then let's do her ears, these bunny ear type things. And the other one is also, she's a very symmetrical character. Ears on each side, and that little bit in the middle. Then we go down to her body, and she's really simple from here on. So we've got this rectangle. There it is. And then this black stripe. Notice that it's not dividing her body in half. It's much closer to her head than it is to the bottom of her skirt. Then her little arms, which are just sort of partial ovals on each side. Her legs. Of course, you're not going to get this looking exactly right with just a pencil and paper or a pen and paper, because you can see the massive variation in the width of the lines and so on. But you can definitely get pretty close. And then we've got her cape at the back, also symmetrical on each side of her body. So do it in those two halves like that. Final detail, these little wrinkles in her cape. And there you have her, Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls.